Every so often, God will call a spiritual timeout. See, we run in this race called life. And, sometimes things happen. But let's get to the word. Psalms 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen. I will be exalted in the earth. I remember playing football, and there was times when people would cheap shot me and they would throw a flag. But I was like, man, I still wanted to get them back, man. And the coach would be like, yo, calm down, look. They'll be relaxed. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? So they take you out of play so you can calm down. That's what God called today. He called a spiritual timeout. He saw what they did. And it was out of pocket. But watch this. Deuteronomy 32:35. Vengeance is mine, and recompense. Their foot shall slip in due time, for the day of their calamity is at hand, and the things to come hasten upon them. And even when the flag was thrown, excuse me, you still was feeling some type of way. But what does recompensate mean? Make amends to someone for loss or harm suffered. Compensation or reward given for loss or harm suffered or effort made. Romans 12:19. Repay no one evil for evil. Have regard for good things in the sight of all men. Verse 18. If it is possible, as much as it depends on you, that means with everything inside of you, live peaceably with all men. Verse 19. Beloved, do not avenge yourselves, but rather give place to wrath. That means God will take care of it. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, says the Lord. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. And so sometimes God has to call a timeout because we're so emotional or we're so in that point, in that state, that God has to say, listen, chill out, be still. So God has to call a timeout and call us out the game, so just for a certain time so we can calm down. And a lot of times we want to handle things. And even though, people can lie on us and people can talk about us, God said he'll take care of that. God will vindicate. A lot of times we want to vindicate ourselves, which we get frustrated. We get tired and weary and stuff like that and worried and you know what I'm saying? But don't worry about it. God got it. God is going to take care of it. Again, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, and he going to take care of it. So that's why, God had to call a timeout so you can just say, listen, come over here, talk to the coach, relax, and listen, then you can go back in the game, but I need you to relax, because we don't want to get put back in the game real quick. And then we go get a penalty, still reverting on what happened, a couple plays ago. And that's what God has to do, man. But it's just so awesome when you allow God to take care of things, you know what I'm saying? Because God will take care of that. And, we're so used to solving problems. I remember in math and in class, we're so used to solving problems and solve this, put a problem in front of us, solve this, we read a paragraph and we do this. But then when it comes to God, we want to take care of it. Like, okay, God, I got it. And God is like, no, I'll take care of it. So it can be very difficult trying to let God take care of it. When we're so taught to take care of things and stuff like that, our whole life we've been taught to handle this and handle that, But I'm telling you, there's a certain amount of peace when you just allow God to take care of it and God to deal with it, man. That's why he had to call this time out today. So when you get back in the game, get back in this life called race, God to take care of it. And then you can say, you know what? I'm just going to let God deal with it. I'm not even going to worry about it. I'm going to let people talk. I'm not even going to try to vindicate myself or try to have me try to bring the truth. God to take care of that. Listen, God sees all of that. That's why he said everything that happens in the dark will come to the light. God sees that. And sometimes it may even look like they have the advantage or they're getting over, but trust and believe God is going to turn it around. He's already working around in your favor. If you're watching this, love you. God bless.